welcome back. As I said earlier, we are covering the FOA, Friends of Africa event that happened here earlier today. And we are looking at the 10th anniversary for Friends of Africa and CASA Foundation as an organization. And we wanted to talk to people who were a part of the event. And my next guest is actually a volunteer at the event. And she's also new to Toronto. So, Stefan, tell us, what are you doing in the event? And tell us what you do as in Toronto.
Yeah, so I'm new in Toronto, just moved straight from Halifax, Nova Scotia. And today I was working on the Zoom logistics, so I was on the back end making sure that we're spotlighting people and trying to make things go as smoothly as possible.
Absolutely, and you are a champion because you and I worked on the same the back end as far as the media.
I mean, yeah, I guess, like.
No, it's good, you really learn quickly. So how did you become involved with Friends of Africa?
Well, like I said, I was pretty new here and didn't have a lot going on because COVID had me not working at all. And then I decided to get involved because my cousin told me about this organization. She was like, hey, you're free. Do you want to volunteer? And I was like, sure. I mean, I'm African. I have free time. I was like, might as well be a part of it. And it's been so far so good. Many new faces. So.
Amazing. And you're coming from Halifax?
Yes.
How, obviously, this is an event where we're trying to bring, there is a lot of Africans, but there's also a lot of international people here. How many Africans? I have this question. I asked you this off camera. I need to ask you this on camera. How many Africans are in Halifax? Because we're really trying to find Africans.
Not enough. That's the answer. Not enough.
Is that a part of the reason why you migrated to Toronto?
Yeah, I mean, I was really drawn to how diverse everything is. It's totally a different world. Like in Halifax, if you see another African at the grocery store, you smile at them because it's like the only one you'll see probably for the rest of the day. So here it's a lot different. There's so many people from different parts of the world, whereas like in Halifax, it's very close-knit. You pretty much know every African that's there.
Wow. and you grew up there?
Yeah, born and raised. I'm originally from Uganda, and it's the Ugandan Independence Day today.
Oh, wow.
What?
Congratulations.
Okay.
Happy Independence Day to all of Ugandans, you know. There you go. That's good.
Yeah, so, yeah.
Amazing. So, Stefan, tell us, you obviously being involved in an organization, volunteering for an organization like Friends of Africa, CASA Foundation, how important is it for you to volunteer and to be part of a team like CASA Foundation?
I think it's very important now more than ever because I think even with like the whole Black Lives Matter type things that are going on in the world, it's kind of like all eyes are on us to unify and really move forward and support each other as Africans. And I feel like it's not only like a good thing to do because it's like things that relate to your life, but also that's the only way that we can help ourselves move forward, like, you know, in employment and things like that.
Nice. So we obviously just met you. You're new in Toronto. What is one thing I know you told me you did? You're a YouTuber. Is that something like what is the one thing that people could say? You know, this is what you should know about me.
What you should know about me is I'm pretty much an open book. Like, I'm sure like all of you know me for the first time, and it's like what you see is what you get pretty much. I don't really hold any secrets, and I do make videos in my free time.
Okay, tell people where to find those videos.
Maybe I'll give you like once I have more under my belt. It's been a while with the whole move, so.
Okay,
we'll
just go and share for you.
Yeah.
You know. Amazing. Okay, so thank you so much for joining us. Like I said, we wanted to cover as many. We're doing a post coverage. Obviously, you've been a part of this organization as well. I've asked the chair of the Friends of Africa CASA Foundation about tomorrow. What are we looking forward to on the tech side of things? What should people be looking forward to?
On the tech side, there's tons of great speakers and tons of great sponsors you can get involved with when you're just there. And yeah, looking forward to connecting with people and possibly some friends. Who knows?
Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you so much for joining us, Stefan. We really appreciate you. And for our audience, we really want to make sure that you follow and make sure you catch that event tomorrow. Honestly, I think for of us, whether you're involved in business, non-for-profit, or just simply want to volunteer, there is something for everybody. And I think that's the important thing of bringing everybody together. As the chairman was saying, the unity is something that we are really, we need in our community. And for us as an organization, the Rwandan Canadian Healing Center, with this, the African Indian Resource, this is like the best place for us. Anyways, without further ado, we're going to go for one more interview with one of the organizers of the event. Welcome back to the African Indian Resource Center. As we told you, we are doing a post coverage for Friends of Africa, which is an event that is hosted by CASA Foundation. And we wanted to talk to organizers and the leaders of the organization. And our next guest is Mr. Dino. Tell us more. Obviously, I'm giving you a nickname. You're giving you a nickname. What is your name and what did you do during the event?
So my full name is Dinisu Onyenokwe. Everybody calls me Dinisu or Dino. Dino is my nickname. So my role in this event was I was kind of the lead for the startup pitch, the pitch masters session. And yeah, that's pretty much what my role was. So I was the one who kind of organized the flow of the event. I solicited the participants who presented, and I was generally responsible for making sure everything flowed, obviously with the support of the rest of the team. So
yeah. So if you noticed, you are the MC for the event. You did a lot of the work. Obviously, what people see in front when you are talking, but what people don't see is like the back end work we've been doing for the last few weeks. Actually, for me, we connected this week, but I know you've been working on this event for how long have you been working on this event, and how much work went into this?
A lot of work. I mean, I don't remember exactly when we started meeting for the planning meetings, but it's been about at least since about mid-August-ish. We started meeting. I've been involved in this events over the past 2 years, so it wasn't super tough. We kind of just migrated some of the stuff we did over the past few years and just improved it and brought it over into this year. So,
and so, what do you look at this year? Obviously, the lineup, the speakers. How is it different since you've been involved in this event? How is it different from the previous events?
I think this year, obviously with all the historical information from the past, we were able to make some improvements. But before I actually say that, I think the biggest difference was the fact that it was virtual. So normally we have this event, it's part of the whole CASA event, and we usually have it on the day of the event. But this year we had to do it virtually because obviously you understand what's going on. But aside from the fact that it's virtual, we also had a more expansive array of prizes for people. So I find that it was easier to kind of attract people and get them engaged in the process. In the past, we have given prizes every year, but this year we had a lot more sponsors and a lot more partners, so we were able to provide a lot more to the people who presented. So from that perspective, it was a little bit different.
Amazing. So we were just speaking to some of the winners, obviously, earlier today, and we talked to the chair of the organization. We talked to some of the organizers, and we're talking to you. You're more of a lead organizer because not only are you presenting, but you also been part of like putting all of the details together. As an individual who's living in Toronto, what is your view of the African experience as far as, because we're talking about these events being Friends of Africa. How do you think we're doing in accumulating or bringing friends to work with as a community here in Canada?
And do you mean Africans as a whole, or do you mean this
Continental Africans?
Continental Africans, I mean, like Africa is obviously like big and diverse, so everyone is dealing with it in different ways. If you're looking at Canadians out here, I feel, Africans out here in Canada, I feel Africans in the diaspora are able to understand their counterparts a lot more because we're able to share some of our experiences. We find ourselves in similar situations, so we connect with each other on a more basic level. So I think out here, the experience is a bit different, where we have that Pan-African vision, as opposed to maybe being back home and still kind of having a bit of these sectional tendencies. But overall, I think, obviously with the advent of new media like the internet, cell phones, people are becoming a lot more connected to the global audience. And it's moving as you expect. I think the challenge for us is access to information and then also just resources. So I think as the media space develops and as people get more access to the internet, to different types of media, and as more Africans out here gain more wealth and are able to transfer it back to the continent in a less, in a non-committal way, I think that would do a lot to help us open up our doors and let people in, because people are already engaged, everybody's engaging in Africa. But I think the gap is, for us Africans, we're not really able to benefit from that engagement. So I think as more resources come in, and as more information becomes available, the Africans serving the world, that space would only grow bigger. And as a result, our connection and our interactions with the world would also improve and expand as well.
Yeah, amazing you say that in terms of how we connect. And I'm thinking about the take part of of things, right? The issues that are available when we look at, for example, taking advantage of the opportunities that are available in Africa. If you notice, a lot of the opportunities are being taken by outsiders, like people from Europe and America, but mostly it's not Africans who take advantage of it.
Yeah.
And you just pointed to that, and I'm thinking, and I know CASA Foundation is working on this. This is why I love it. How far do you think we have to wait to be able to actually lever up and benefit from our own homeland as we work, obviously, to build here in Canada?
I'm speaking to that. There's one big example. I don't know if you guys are basketball fans, but the NBA is expanding into Africa. So as an African who played basketball and who, knows about the space, it's big, like resources are coming in, infrastructure is coming in, but it's not owned by Africans. So even if we're benefiting from it, we're benefiting at
just
the very
to watch
basic
and see.
level.
We're participants. We're not. Oh,
We're
guests.
we're not
participants.
owners,
Yeah, exactly.
But I think I don't know, like Nigeria, for example, like my parents' generation were, the children of the Civil War. They were, they lived through all the military regimes and everything. So they grew up in a very different, stifled time. I think, like, for example, look at all the pictures today. Look at all the Africans that were there, all the Africans in the diaspora.
Even
doing
we had somebody who pitched Kenya directly.
even from Kenya, you know. So obviously, as our generation, because we're the ones who grew up experiencing, at least like in a lot of parts of Africa, we were the ones who grew up experiencing freedom. Because obviously we all know the history of the continent, the decolonization movements from the 60s to about the 90s, then also the conflict. So now we're entering a new age of, I guess, new democracies, and we're basically coming into a space where people have more freedom to act, think, and just do. So I think in the next generation, in our time, I think the growth is going to become a lot more exponential. So I know it seems like we've been waiting for so long, but I think we're finally at a time when our message and the means to spread that message are becoming more available. Look at music, look at entertainment, and that's just a sign of what's to come.
Yeah, we had a guest here a couple of days ago, and I told her that we are good at all these artistic things, being in sports, we're good at that. But I think the next level is being on the table, being honors. If you are in politics, being actually leaders in politics, not behind the scene. And I think what you're saying is really promising. And I also think that what CASA Foundation is doing is some of the things that we really need to see here in Canada. What I would like to ask you maybe as a last question is, as an organizer, do the same question I asked everybody for earlier today. What should we look for tomorrow?
Tomorrow there's going to be a panel of like good speakers. There's some entrepreneurs who are going to be displaying some of their goods, as well as just engaging and networking with people who are part of the program. So I think it's going to be a rich array of different people from different sectors in the continent, Africans in the diaspora, and then also quote unquote friends of Africa, so non-Africans who are interested and engaged. So I think tomorrow will just be a good opportunity to build on what we had today, where we take on those African stories and kind of highlight to the world and highlight how we're essentially bringing ourselves into this new age and bringing prosperity and development to the continent, for lack of a better term.
Right. Dino, as you say, it's your nickname. I don't want to give you. I try to say your name in full because, man, it's. I know we're brothers, but from different areas, so sometimes it's difficult to say the names, you know. But anyways, really appreciate working with you today, and look forward to doing the same tomorrow. And to the audience, the viewers, to the people who want to be part of these events tomorrow. It is on Facebook, it is on YouTube. Simply look up CASA Foundation for Development, I believe, on YouTube, on Facebook. And YouTube is CASA Foundation. It's also on Twitter. And if you don't know where to find it exactly, just go to casafoundation.com and you'll be able to find all the details that you need. In the meantime, we wanted to just do this post coverage because we were here and we wanted to let you know that there is an event, there is an organization that's doing incredible things that is African and that obviously also bringing a lot of friends, and that's what we're trying to do, bring you resources, bring you organizations, individuals, businesses from the continental African Canadians that are doing incredible things, and this was one of those today and of course tomorrow. And we really appreciate CASA for hosting us, for allowing us to be able to actually cover this event. And we continue to do these coverages, obviously, you know, from 6 to 7 p.m. Monday to Friday. We will see you again on Tuesday. In the meantime, have a lovely Thanksgiving. Enjoy your time. Stay safe. Wash your hands. I couldn't say go visit your loved ones because we've been, from what I've understood, looking at the news yesterday. We didn't get a chance to do news today, but we know for sure we're being asked to stay in as little numbers as possible. So let's try to stay safe and stay home. See you next week.